All right, hello, welcome in. Today we are playing Sephiroth Fallen Hero, and this is a +1/+1 counters deck that I've largely ported over from the Aurelia Exemplar Boros +1/+1 counters list that I played a couple years ago. Where is that? Got that? Nope, not that one. Did I? I think I lost it. I think I put a link right here. Excellent. Cool. So yeah, this was the original list right here. It's a little outdated. It's a couple years old. There were some. I don't think I quite had the Lord of the Rings cards in here, and there were some nice pickups in Lord of the Rings for value and stuff. So anyway, we're playing Sephiroth today, and I think this thing should be pretty strong. I think this is going to be a much stronger rendition of the deck than the Aurelia Exemplar version. All right, we'll try this game. Bracket 2. Yeah, a lot of people, and I've talked about this with a few people, but I think this one's kind of flying under the radar. There is just a lot of stuff. There's like a lot of powerful stuff in Final Fantasy, so it's easy to miss things. Here, let's see if we can get the commander on screen here. Is the game up? So yeah, whenever it attacks, so it's a 5 mana 7/5. Whenever it attacks, you may put a cell counter on target creature until end of turn. Each modified creature you control is base power and toughness 7/5. That's giant, right? Like you can turn very small creatures into very large creatures. And it says, especially if you're using +1/+1 counters, they'll get even bigger than that. So like we should have some very big creatures on the battlefield, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I also think it's going to be pretty strong, but not if we have to mulligan our hand into oblivion, like so. Oh, that's awkward with the Lotus Field. Oh, oh are we going to draw another land? We have to sacrifice 2 land? Mm. I'm going to try it, which isn't a great idea because I don't have a lot of time to stream here today. We'll keep. We badly need to draw another land that isn't Lotus Field. Did we lose a player already? Yeah, I think we lost. Unless very confused about what's going on over there. We kept a risky hand. If this is a 3-player game, it may go quick anyway. So, like, if we hit a second land, I guess we need to hit 2 more lands. So we play 2 lands, we sacrifice them, we get the Lotus Field. If we get the 4, nope, that's not what we need. Uh, if we get to 4 lands, if we get to well, rather, if we get to Lotus Field plus one other land, we play the Keeper of the Accord, and then we catch up super quick, and then like we're probably way ahead of everyone. So I've been trying to use Lotus Field more. It's a card that I haven't heavily adopted, and I'm thinking that I do need to play it more. Yeah, we lost a player. So the one thing about the 3-player game is that it should go quick. Something about adding that 4th player just adds so much more time to the game. So I'm excited to keep the pace going here because I probably have about 45 minutes left to. That's it's a great hand if you hit 3 more land drops. That's true of a lot of bad hands. Yeah. I played with a kid at the shop the other day that kept 1 land Soul Ring and did not find much after that, and he got punished. Well, it looks like we're not the only one with a bad hand keep. Or they F6 their turn. I don't really know. But yeah, turning your stuff into 7/5s seems really powerful. And then the other ability is pay 3, sacrifice a modified creature, return this card to the graveyard. Return this card from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That's pretty legit. You can do that at instant speed. Love that. There's that land we were talking about, so we like that. Do we have anything we can do with 2 mana? Doesn't look like it. So, never not punished. Also, not feeding this Mystic Remora Also, I mean, I think opponent just missed their land drop here. Unless they have something like a Keeper of the Accord that they can get into very quickly, I think they're also going to be in some trouble. 7-5 with Mega Upside for 5 is comical. Yeah. Yeah. 25% faster games and 1/3 less opponent interaction. Yeah, there's something to like that's at a mathematical level that like probably sort of makes sense. Um but the other thing is that I think when there's only 3 players, the people in the game stay more focused and on top of their triggers. Like I think there's just more system lag and more time between triggers waiting for all 4 players to go through, as opposed to waiting for 3 players to go through. It just, I think it's almost, I don't want to say exponential, but like there's like there's sort of a curve there. It's not like a direct thing. I think it has a bit of a curve to the way it goes. 3 players can also easily go into 2v1. I don't want to say. There's been a lot of games because I've historically played aggro decks, which means you probably kill a player and then there's 2 players remaining and you get into the 3-player game. The 3-player game is kind of the triangle of death. Like if you swing out at 1 player, you can very much get punished by the other player if you don't have vigilance. I kind of like the tension of 3-player games. I mean, it's not that I want it all the time, but I think there is a certain skill and a certain technique to managing a 3-player triangle of death well. And I feel like I've done that pretty well in my career. So I do get to walk away with a lot of wins from that situation. Lands. We'll float the mana. I don't think it's going to do much. Yep, I guess we got nothing else going on. So far, not punished. I actually taught some of my friends that they should focus on me if they don't know what to do when they first started playing. Yeah, right. That's true of me also. I tend to be, in most pods, I tend to be one of the stronger players given the large amount of Commander that I've played. I played 6 games at the shop yesterday, which I haven't done in a very long time. Been probably 2 to 3 years. Ran into an old friend. He's like, "Hey man," and I'm like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, you been playing?" I'm like, "Yeah, not really. This is my first time in quite a few years really showing up to the shop." Anyway, 6 games. I won 4 of them, and like, I was playing an underpowered deck relative to the table in at least a few of those, but I may not know all the new cards, but my ability to read the game situations is still very good. Came a running gag. Rule number one is hitting me. Yeah, like on the channel, we had rule number 1: kill fish first because right, fish's decks tended to be stronger than everyone else's at the pod, and all of fish's decks tend to pop off right around turn 7 if you don't interact with them, and they also rebuild super well. So it just became a thing that like you gotta kill fish. Bad things are gonna happen if you don't. Opponent hit their lands. Played for 11 years now. I learned a lot. Yeah. Yeah, you do anything for 11 years, you can be pretty good at it. I hope. Yeah, there is the dynamic of 4 players versus 3 players is very different. I will give you that. And in 4 players, like it's like you do something to help the good of the table, right? Like you play a removal spell to blow up, I don't know, the Gitrog monster or something that's gonna like obviously be a problem. Never not punish. Look at us. Play this Keeper of the Accord. as long as this thing stays in play for at least until our turn, we're going to be very far ahead of our opponents. And the hand turned out good. You guys can't discount streamer luck. We got the streamer luck going today. Unless they pongify this thing right here, and then we're going to look like idiots. Hey, what's up? Have they drawn any with the Mystic Remora? I think it's been no plays and creatures. Now they can't pay for 4. Love that. Look at us playing around the Mystic Remora. Got him. Got him. I'll take a look at the rest of our hands. Sigarda Summons is a very powerful card. Late game play. Creatures with +1/+1 counters on them have base power, toughness 4/4, and flying, and are angels in addition to their other types. So, obviously, if your stuff's got counters on it, it's gonna get usually bigger. Most of the +1/+1 counters have base power, toughness less than 4, so they're gonna get bigger. They're gonna get flying and evasion. Evasion is probably going to be the key for this deck, right? So Sephiroth's going to give you the size. The way that I read this, interpret this, is that, okay, your stuff's going to be plenty big on its own. I think from there it becomes about keywords, evasion, and probably double strike, right? I think that's going to be, you know, all you really need to do in this deck. And, like, honestly, let's see, use this. Honestly, you probably don't even have to focus on the +1/+1 counter theme in the way that we have. Like, that ability by itself, because Sephiroth puts a counter on something, it will make things modified, so you really don't even have to, like, go out of your way that much to do it. In this case, I'm using it because it was the theme of my old Boros +1/+1 counters deck. This is kind of a newer, better commander for that archetype, but, like, honestly, if you just went with, like, a bunch of evasive and double strike creatures, things with trample and stuff, like 2/2s even, this is probably pretty ridiculous. And yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that summons might be a little softer with Sephiroth at the helm, but the two things I thought about are, one, sometimes your commander dies, right? This enchantment's going to be much easier to keep in play. Number 2, the evasion, and number 3 is that Sephiroth only makes them a 7/5 during your attack, so this will be better for the defensive turns. So, but I did have that thought for a minute. I'm like, do we still want this? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I think there's still enough upside here. It's a late game play. Like, if Sephiroth goes down, do you necessarily want to replay it for 7? It's kind of a lot, right? And again, it's only while attacking that they're 7/5s. So, you know, this is going to help you on the defense a little bit, but also help you with the evasion. So, a lot to like. Still a lot to like about it. Theoretically, he does come back cheap. That is a thing to consider. Remind me to send him to the graveyard should he die. That is a thing that I seem very likely to forget to do. Thoughts on Zidane? Yeah, I'm not super up on all the Final Fantasy stuff here. Let's see what we got. Oh, also we get to run Virtue of Loyalty in this deck, and that card's just cool. I just like it. Zidane. Let's see what we got here. Gain control of target creature an opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it. It gains lifelink and haste. Whenever an opponent gains control of a permanent from you, create a treasure. I honestly don't know what to make of that. You can definitely do some things with it. That's for sure. Target creature gains. you could do you could do like the Brian Stout arm kind of thing, and like you know, I mean, basically blink this and play sack outlets, and that will be pretty disgusting. Seems like a pretty good plan. Look at us drawing the lands. I mean, do we want to win this game with ramp and just get the Sun Titan? I think we do. I think we do. Let's tap our lands in a way that makes sense. By the way, I've been purchasing paper cards, which I haven't done in about 2 years at least. Keeper of the Accord is super cheap right now. I think it's about 50 cents, give or take. So if you need some and you have 20 odd white decks like I do, it's a good time to buy some Keeper of the Accords. The same is not true of Lotus. Where is it? Lotus Field. Those are running about $8, and that is a little more than I wanted to be paying for that, quite honestly. Use the ability. And now it's turn 5, and we have loads of mana. With loads more waiting for us with this Feast and Famine. Haven't done a lot with the +1/+1 counters yet. That'll come soon. We've got, strangely, all of our value creatures. We'll poke this blue-red deck. I've played for too long to not be scared of the blue-red deck. Whenever you cast a spell, if it's the first time, instant or sorcery, or the first otter spell, you may have target opponent draw a card. If you do, copy that spell. Yeah, right. Spell copying, always a reason to be scared. Always a reason to be scared. Looking forward to the new Jeskai Precon deck. I haven't even seen that one, to be honest with you. Elishnorn, Progenitor, Exarch, Sunfall. Any good incubate token generations in Boros? Okay, yeah. Elishnorn, Progenitor, Sunfall. What do you guys think of Lightning? Lightning looks really cool. I was going to play Lightning, but I didn't want to spend the time putting a deck list together on the one night that I was going to do it, and then also my streaming setup wasn't working, so I ended up not doing that one. We'll try to get there eventually. I'm at a point, so I finally worked through the list of a lot of pet decks that I've had brewing in my mind for 2 years while I haven't been playing much. And so now I'm going to try to cover a little bit of the Final Fantasy stuff. I know it's popular, so it seems like a good time to be doing that. Seems like a good decision to make as a content creator. So, yeah, we'll be trying to cover some of the Final Fantasy stuff. Sephiroth's on the list. The Mono White Cloud is on the list. Looks like a really cool deck to me. Lightning is on the list. I got to see who else is out there. I haven't kept, like I said, there's so much Final Fantasy stuff. I've been slowly kind of digesting it over a few days, but still far from knowing every card in the set. Lightning seems like it could be oppressive. I agree. I agree. Burn decks are usually strong, right? So the thing that's nice about burn decks, I guess, so I'm thinking about Weathered Sentinels. I just ordered the cards for Indominus Rex, and this is one of them. Yeah, so I think back on my 2015 through 2018 kind of commander career, and if you're the aggro deck just getting blown out by Cyclonic Rift, Ether Eyes, whatever the blue bounce spell is, you just get toasted by it. Or really any creature interaction, like any of the board wipes or anything that resolve. If you're an aggro deck, you just get roasted. On the other hand, if you're a burn deck, you largely don't care about creatures and creature interaction as much, right? You can get past, you don't have to worry about opponents blocking, and you don't have to spend time thinking about evasion, right? You just cast some things and watch opponents lose life very quickly. Case in point, see something like a Perforos deck, right? Perforos is disgusting, and part of that is that it's doing direct damage to players with very little effort, and it doesn't care if you can block or not, right? So yeah, burn decks historically pretty strong, and can be kind of a nightmare to interact with because they don't care about creature combat in the same way that I usually do. Anyway, that's a Flamekin Village. Let's get that in. I don't think we have an elemental. Nope. Time for our commander? I think it's time for our commander. Let's do this and this and this. Sun Titan, probably the only creature in the deck that's not going to get bigger with a while being modified. So I think we is this the Defenders deck? Oh yeah, I saw this thing floating around the other day. Felithar the Steadfast, 4 mana 05. Each creature you control assigns damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have defender. Sacrifice another creature, draw a card equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness, then discard all cards equal to its power. That's pretty good. I don't know that it's the best of all the defenders can attack cards, but seems solid. It's got a lot of abilities on it. Arcades is pretty disgusting. I've seen some very fast Arcades decks. The draw that's built in there is like, it's kind of a lot. Even I've seen Doran the Siege Tower over the years. This looks like an upgraded Doran, basically. The one thing with Doran, though, is that like it does mess with your opponent's creatures, and sometimes that matters. Okay, yeah. Let's go to combat. Wait, does Sephiroth have to attack? Oh, it has to attack itself. Crap. Crap. How big are these? 3/5, 3/3. We actually don't have good attacks right now. I mean, unless we shoot this. Yeah, we go for a blowout. Seems reasonable. Use the ability. Yeah, no blocks would like that. I was looking at this Feast and Famine, but part of me just thinks a Johnny? Because this stuff's going to get huge. Like, if we Sundering Eruption, I wonder if we can kill a player next turn. Assuming no removal. Yeah, we ramp, though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 10 lands on turn 6. And that is why we went for the play that we did at the start there with the very risky opener. We're going to save that one for the memoirs here. Go to Paint. There we go. Save that screenshot. I don't really post on Twitter, but I used to post these things on Twitter. I have not found a new social media source that I would like to post Magic content on. Oh, wow. We got a lot in chat. Let me get caught up here. Yep. Lightning Seems Insane. Covered that. Extra combats. Let's see. Jack Kozita. He's simple, but I like the mono white CID. Oh, yeah. Joshua's Phoenix Dominant. That's going to be my new... Oh, crap. A bribery. Well, we have the best creature in our deck, which is probably the Sun Titan. Phoenix Dominant is going to be my new Phoenix Tribal Commander, because as much as I like Athari is way too powerful, right? Like, Athari just kind of, like, overwhelms the deck. And Joshua gives some looting, which makes me lean more into... Like, that Phoenix deck hasn't really operated the way I want it to. I think I want to try to get it to like sort of a loot and wheel through your deck and then mass reanimate a lot of Phoenix, I think is the place that I want to get to. Because it just like trying to playing one Phoenix at a time and like trying to equip it to get some value, just like it doesn't do the thing. Like there isn't a red or white card that I found that it sort of works like, I don't know, like Last March of the Ents or some green thing that spews a bunch of creatures onto the battlefield. So I think the best bet is loot them into the graveyard, use mass reanimates, and get a bunch of Phoenixes that way. So that is on my radar. Also, it just looks like a good card on its own. You could obviously do much better things with it than that, but that is my game plan. Sometimes you sit down at the table and there's 2 Perforoses and a Torbrand and your life total dwindles. Yeah, I'm like turn 4. I noticed that, you know, back when I was playing Aurelia a lot, you know, in these kind of very sweaty Magic Online games, if there was another Perforos at the table, it would usually help a lot. Oh, that's 2 briberies. 2 briberies is a lot of briberies. I will say. That's a Volt Charge. Volt Charge is hilarious. It's so simple and doesn't really seem worth it, but in a deck like this, it's kind of worth it. We can blast something we don't like, and we can make our stuff even bigger. Any of these got reach? I think one of these has reach. That one's got reach. Yeah, that one's got reach. So opponent has 2 flying blockers. We'll want to keep that in mind. But our stuff should be... Again, as long as no removal goes off, our stuff should be massive. They're probably looking through these creatures and like, wow, these creatures suck. Because they are very much on theme for what we're doing. Sun Titan... Here, we'll take a look with them. Yeah, Sun Titan, far and away the best thing in the deck. These X creatures up here, not going to do much for them. I cut Iroas, because Iroas is kind of nice. Keeper is like one of the other... I mean, I guess it wouldn't do anything for the blue-red deck. But yeah, everything else is like very much... These archetypes would be okay in that they can remove keywords from us. That wouldn't be the worst choice they could make. It might be the best choice they could make even. Taurine Mauler is probably okay. Victory's Envoy. Okay, that's a reasonable choice. So their stuff will get a little bit bigger. I don't think Hearth and Home's in the deck. Is there a Homeward Path in the deck? Wow, no Homeward Path, no Hearth and Home. So, gonna be tough to get those back. That is usually my mode for doing so. What does Semester's End target? You control, so you can't get... Yep, nope, I wish it said you own. Sadly, it does not. Yeah, so those are very likely not coming back. And opponent could very much go quicker. This is taking way too long to resolve this bribery. There we go. Sunscorched Regent. There you go. That's another pretty good one. What does this thing say? Creatures without flying can't block? Creatures without flying can't block. So they have 1 flyer. We might save this for this opponent because that'll get by the reach. With the flying and the Sunscorched Regent over there, we might just have to slam into that. I don't know that we have a great plan for it. We could Swords it if we need to. Yeah, that might be a good idea. So, next turn, assuming everything holds up, Swords, the Sunscorch, drop this player? Should be enough. It's probably more than enough. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I know. I always notice things went usually pretty well if there's a Perforos at the table, and I was playing Aurelia. I could at least get the other 2 players dead very quickly. The question is whether I would live long enough against the Perforos. And that's always sort of a fun little race. But it's great. Like, you know, again, going back 2017, 2018, it was just harder to do damage. There was less protection. The creatures themselves were just less strong, and you needed to spend more mana to get big, powerful creatures into play. So it just took longer to do more damage. Now things snowball in a way that, like, yeah, it's turn 7, and we have, you know, just on our turn, we're going to have so much power on board. And just, like, that wasn't a thing you could do at that speed in 2017 for the most part. And so, yeah, the Perforos really helped out a lot. Now, I mean, most games just kind of end around turn 7 a lot. Turn 7, turn 8. Someone played a Living Death yesterday that was very, like, I profited so hard. I came with 4 mana Aurelia, 6 mana Aurelia, Brunor, Scourge of Gaia Reach, and, like, 1 or 2 other things. And then I dropped, it was in the Mabel deck, the Mabel one-shots, and I dropped Sarah's Avatar, which is power and toughness equal to your life total, so it was 28. Then played a Chroma's Will, and with Aurelia, I did 208 damage in the turn. The green player was at 98, dropped him in the first combat, and then the other 2 players had normal life totals and died very quickly. You don't run Akiri Battle Squad. I'm sure that was one that I looked at some point in all of this. So the list of 2023, there's actually way more +1/+1 counter Boros cards than you think there are. I spent a long time going through the list in 2023 when I started on this deck idea. Oh no! What? Oh, yeah. Sephiroth down. Back to the command zone. Oh, I guess we could have did the other thing. Well, this is why we have the Sigarda summons, so we're probably just going to go with this instead. And, yep, yep. Wait, they can fight? Yeah, probably should have went to the graveyard there. Oops. No one saw that. Tome of Legends. Okay. We've got things we can do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. That would make us one short of Sigarda's and a Feast and Famine. So I'm thinking like Sigarda's Volt Charge Swords seems like a place to be. Any of this stuff have flying? Doesn't look like it. Swords this thing. Sigarda summons. Plus the team. Also, I like this because it gives vigilance. I think I just need to use this card more. I mean, I know it's been around forever, but like, I think I've overlooked how good +1/+1 and vigilance is. Although I guess so, again, thinking back to 2017 era. 2017 era, like there was a lot of Eldrazi, so +1/+1 like didn't matter a lot all the time. There's a lot of like big dumb green decks, and so yeah. Well, that's only 24 damage, which means they're not going to die. That's unfortunate. If we Volt Charge their face, let's see, we can get 4 more damage with a Volt Charge. 24 plus 4 on there would be 28 plus. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm probably just going to sit on some tricks then. When it goes down to 17, honestly, we could use more bodies on the battlefield. Ah, and they just scoop right there. Love that. Okay. Yeah, we'll just sit on the Volt Charge then. What does opponent have? Flying Ward at the beginning of your upkeep, put a number of +1/+1 counters on each other creature you control equal to that creature's toughness at the beginning of your upkeep. Okay, so yeah, I think we just try to empty the hand here and just, you know, try to get crazy with the damage. Bringing Sephiroth back is probably a decent idea. That's 7 power. Seems like it should loom pretty large. Excellent. They have more creatures than we do. Yeah, that extra body here is actually really big. Because that, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of damage right there. That, all right, check see if they have any flyers. How much is this thing? It's an 05, 25, 04. I think we just Volt Charge their face. This is flying. We won't really have anything for that. But we can't kill it either. So yeah, let's just Volt Charge their face. Oh, we have Sunholm also. Proliferate everything. Back to our turn. Oh, Macias. Macias is more of a early gameplay, sadly. Sephiroth is going to be 7. Yeah, so I think Sephiroth, Sundering Eruption, and hopefully that's enough. I need to get more of these. This is an insane card. This is so good for a land slot. Yeah, these things are going to be giant. We did that. And then we plus the team again. Oh, crap. It doesn't have haste. It has to attack with haste. I keep forgetting that. All right, more haste. More haste in this deck. I mean, the team's still huge, so I guess there's that. Let's play Volcanic. No. Well, messed all that up. I guess we're doing this the long way then. Yeah, I mean, might as well just pay the life now that we've messed all this up. Get the Toma Legends out of order. It's all going bad now, but hopefully we still win from all these mistakes. We'll get Macias for 1. Made some boo-boos that turn, I did. No targets for Sun Titan. I mean, I think they gotta block something. Yep. So we'll drop at least 2 creatures, which is important because this thing seems like it can get pretty crazy in that deck. Yeah, 2 creatures down there at 14. That honestly, we probably should have played Feast and Famine and went Double Strike, and then yeah, that'd be 10. Yeah, that would have done it. They're out of cards, so although I guess they can draw probably about 1,000,000 right here with that. So do they find a board wipe? If so, probably can get punished pretty hard. We are quite overextended. Good old Lightning Greaves. Don't play it. Yeah, I think we need some boots in this deck. Gonna want both pairs of boots. Wow, they draw up to 8. And they have to discard what? Its power? So 0 probably. 8 cards. They get a board wipe. What up? We're going to get back to this Battle Squad question eventually. See if I can spell it right. Is it in? I bet it's in here. Where's the... No, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, not on that list. Let's try Scryfall. Yeah. Aki Battle Squad, that's the one. Whenever one or more modified creatures you control, untap all other modified... Oh, yeah, we should probably be running that. Should probably be running that. How's the deck working out? So far, pretty good. We kept a risky hand, and it paid off. We kept one land and Lotus Field. We drew the lands we needed exactly when we needed and got into a, turn 3? Turn 4, Keeper of the Accord, which caught us up in lands, which got us into a quick Sun Titan, which got all the lands back from the graveyard. So we were on, 10 mana on turn 6, I think. And, yeah, it's been going pretty well since. Not a lot of removal. Only our commander has gone down, which we have recast. Made a few mistakes in the last round. Probably could have ended it there, but, yep, I think it's going to be just fine. What up, Covert? Yeah, so far the deck is not disappointing. I do think that the +1/+1 counter strategy is it's kind of good. I mean, it's not like combo deck good, but for like an aggro deck, just making all your stuff bigger than your opponents, and like the fact that things continuously scale up. Well, Sephiroth goes down again. That was a swords, I think. I don't think we want to go. Yeah, that was a swords. We definitely want to go command zone with that one. But here, the case in point, Sigarda summons. Sephiroth's now gone down twice, and Sigarda summons, doing a great job at backing it up for us and giving that sweet evasion, and also keeping our stuff big during opponents' turns so they can't attack in. So yeah, my hypothesis on Sigarda summons has been correct. It has been lovely. Let's see. Do they have any reach? Yeah, we still have a bunch of flying. They should just die. I don't think we need to ham this. Unless they have like a 1-mana shoot this thing, and that would be unfortunate. Yeah, there's also new +1/+1 counter cards every set. So yeah, there's always going to be a few sneaking in there, and yeah, it's the type of thing that's going to get upgrades periodically. I got to look through I think I did look through the proliferate stuff. Yeah, there's the win. Okay, so based on the time here, we don't have enough time for another 4 players, so we'll just jump in this 1v1. Unfortunately, we didn't get the boots added the way that I wanted to, but we're definitely... Come on. Yeah, we need to look at the battle squad. There that is. Need to get some boots in here. Yeah, we'll play first. Hopefully, let's see, 1, 2, 3 lands, Toma Legends. This is okay. Keep. Unfortunately, we saw Sun Titan last game. We know what Sun Titan does. We know Sun Titan is very good. Play the Windswept Teeth, crack the Windswept Teeth, get a Sacred Foundry. What are they playing? Nikia of the Old Ways. Spicy. Spicy. This is a tricky deck. Like, you can absolutely dump creatures onto the battlefield, which is cool, but you cry at a board wipe because it's really hard to protect them. in green red. It's this deck comes down to, does opponent have a board wipe? If we can get online, we don't have we have kind of a weird hand here, if I'm being completely honest. I'm gonna set a stop on our upkeep in case we need to Enlighten Tutor at some point. I wonder if we have any enchantment creatures that I can get to quickly with the Enlightened Tutor. I kind of want, if I can get something to just put that Mask of Memory on, that would make me feel good. I'm not seeing anything yet. Another land keeps us going. I guess play the Arid Mesa, crack the land, get the plateau, draw the card. Fighter class is something where now we need the creature. We need the creature that does the thing. This one you can pay to have it enter untapped. We like that. It's a very good mechanic. Don't forget you can cast a second ability on an opponent's turn. Yeah. So with that last one, the first time I messed it up when Sephiroth went down, but the first time I did mess that up, I should have went to the graveyard and could have just got it back very easily. The second one was a swords, and you do not want to go to the exile zone. That is not a place that you want to be. Brings it back to our turn. Protection spell, not really what we're looking for. Play another land. Play the fighter class. We have Mask. Feel good about that. Let's get one of our cool things. Let's get this Anduril. This is one that I've been wanting to actually use somewhere and haven't really. The good news is we are on pace to, if we, worst case, we can play this as a land and get our commander, so things are not going awful. I'm guessing they're going to be on their commander this turn, so both be on the commander turn. Thus, going the Wood Elves, okay. I think they could have waited on the Wood Elves. I think you go commander first, then the Wood Elves, right? Because the next turn, if they go commander first right here, and then Wood Elves next turn, then they probably cast multiple spells on that turn. I mean, unless they've got a second thing. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that works. I probably still... Do I go the other way with that? I don't know. Hey, there's a land. We don't have to play the Sundering Eruption. Love that. Crack the thing. Get a plains. Get our commander. Yep, more haste needed. This might be a deck for Hall of the Bandit Lord. Get a counter back on the Tome of Legends. We like that. If they even have a Terastodon in their hand, I'm going to be very upset. Or what's the other dumb one? Bane of Progress. One of those two, and I'm going to be very unhappy. I guess we have a Sun Titan. We have a Sun Titan to get some stuff back, but still be very annoyed about it. Let's see what it is. Oh, right, they got to get the commander first. Yeah, they got 5 mana. Okay. So the play last turn, I think it's going to probably work out for them pretty good. Yeah, that's a crap load of mana. Duplicant. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we kind of needed that thing to stick around. That is once again exile, so we definitely want to go to the command zone with that one. Don Tarasto mentioned, yeah. So we need a creature that we can keep on the battlefield. I can't imagine there's too many more things. I guess we're on the Sun Titan now. Virtue of Loyalty can make a 2/2 at instant speed. Sun Titan or that? Because we might be able to catch him off guard with the 2/2. I think we should probably play the Sun Titan. Volcanic Fissure. Pay the life. Play the Sun Titan. Get the Marsh Flats. Yeah, we need more haste in this deck, big time, because Sun Titan with haste would be wrecking face right here, too. So, yep, nothing else we can do. Hope they don't have something... they got 3 cards left. They probably got something crazy in their hand. What do they have? Ah, the fight one. Had a bad time with this thing yesterday. Knew I should have went for the instant speed 2/2. Although I guess the 2/2 probably doesn't really get through. Kind of need a board wipe. Yeah, I mean, that's what we talked about. This deck comes down to, do you have the board wipe? We also need the not have the overrun creature. Spot removal is going to get shut off. Yep. We're set up to value so hard, too. This is disappointing. Showdown of the Scalds. No creatures to... we could make the 2/2. This is going to hurt. Well, no, they don't have that much damage yet. 1v1s go quick, though. The damage piles up in a hurry. Yep. Here they come. Yeah, we're still looking for the board wipe. Ever-flowing Chalice seems potentially late to the party. Yeah, I think the plan is going to be cast this for 1. Cast the 2, 3. Yeah, and we'll make the 2/2 at the end step. Cast Showdown of the Scalds. Board wipe? No board wipe. Play the land. Oh, that's interesting. We could get this thing. Yeah. Actually, no. No, because it'll just get fought down. Okay, yeah. So we'll wait. We'll do the knight at the end step and then get to that feast and famine, because that's where we're going to want to be. Pray for no overrun creature. How do we get lifelink? That's the next question. We're going to need some of that, I think. Oh no, they made a sun home. Gross. Here comes the team. Yep. Sun home. No sun home. End step. Okay. Play a knight. Shivan Devastator. Go to the second mode on this thing. Vigilance is nice. Yeah, let's get a Sword of Feast and Famine. Pump the thing. Ooh, we're at 8. 8 is going to be tricky. Equip the Sword of Feast and Famine. Tell me we're one short of double striking. We are one short of double striking. Get the Mask of Memory then. We don't have first strike, do we? We do not have first strike. Get that. Ah, oh, crap. I should have used... Well, I guess we upgrade the fighter class now then. There we go, Anafenza. Let's get the Siege Veteran. We need to get some bodies in play. Yeah, it would have been better off upgrading the fighter class, because that would have been the same cost as equipping these two. And then we could also get this one equipped. Oops. I don't know that that's going to make the difference, but it could. You never know. We're going to have it pump itself. I think this needs to get a little bigger. Send in this nasty thing. Make them discard their last card. If they hit a land off the top, we're actually... no, they still have the double strike. So we need to block, like, most of their stuff. Feast and Famine, Mask of Memory. Yeah, we like all that. Are there any enchantments that... Yes. No. I was thinking we could get Citadel Siege on dragons, but the archetype is a problem. True Conviction is interesting. Yeah, True Conviction will make it much harder for them to kill us. Okay, that might be the play, actually. Crap, I think it's too late. Yeah, it's too late. Well, no True Conviction then. Have to go on this other plan. Taurine Mauler, Keeper of the Accord. I don't think we're going to need Semester's End, quite honestly. It's going to be tough for them to wipe the board. So we probably just need, like, maximum bodies. So I think Anafenza. Pump this guy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana left. Opponent has no cards in hand, so Keeper's not, or Taurine's not going to be the best. So I think this thing. Pump the Anafenza. Bolster. Thing gets bigger. Play the dragon. X1. Make this thing get bigger. It bolsters. Yeah, okay. Reasonable chance to survive. Think they have only one more creature than us. And our creatures, on average, are bigger than theirs. They only have 2 big creatures. Yeah, there we go. Gyre Sage, so that's not going to end it. Are we stabilizing with minimal life? Is that what we're doing? No attacks. No attacks. I think we stabilized. Land and a token. I think this is our game now. Oh, we're going to get the Virtue of Loyalty? I'm excited about that. Virtue of Loyalty is sick. Also, we've got Enlightened Tutor. This might be time for that Enlightened Tutor. Yeah, I think True Conviction's going to be the safest bet because it's going to gain us a crap ton of life. Also the double strike. Come back to our turn. Enlighten Tutor. Been sitting on this all game. And where's our True Conviction? True Conviction. Draw the True Conviction. Keep doing the thing with Showdown. Does opponent just scoop right here? What are we pumping? Pump the dragon because it's flying. We'll do this time, which we forgot to do. We're gonna need to use the Anduril. Move the Anduril. Put it on the dragon. Oh, it costs 1 still. I'm an idiot. How much is this thing to equip? Oh, it's 3. Crap. Well, messed that up again. That's annoying. Go to combat. Was very excited about using that. Let's keep making the dragon bigger. I like the flying here. Send it. Yep, they blocked the Feast and Famine. That's unfortunate. Oh, we could have moved that to the dragon. Whoops. Misplays. Misplays. I'm also watching the clock because I have to go very, very soon. Going to see the new Jurassic Park tonight. I got to pick my friends up in about 15 minutes. Does it take 15 minutes to get over there? Indeed it does. I'm watching the clock very closely. Double strike. Who's gonna... Okay, we might lose Anafenza. But that's okay, because we make a 1-1. We get another body. We have some more blocking. We go to 31. And, oh, we lost... Oh, Siege Veteran's pretty good. Not gonna lie, I'm like, ooh, that could go in Aurelia. Seems good. As like a just kind of cheap creature you can just run out there. But I like the position we're in. They're gonna have a real tough time with this thing. If they can't answer this with the True Conviction out with the lifelink, right, they're just not gonna be able to really get past us, I don't think. Heartwood Storyteller, that's not gonna do it. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, so we just slam some creatures and equip this thing, and I think life is golden. Back to our turn. Play the planes, get our commander. Tome of Legends, not mess up the Anduril thing this time. Love that. And send it. Send it. Ah, crap, it's the haste thing again. God, I keep forgetting about the haste. Someone's got to remind me about the haste. God. What was that 4 times I've done that now? Jeez. Well, Anduril might still be enough to finish this. Yeah, that's 2 more counters on everything. Would have been better if I left that up, but, you know, here we are. Yep, opponent is gonna have to eat it on the blocks. Signet is meh. Feast and Famine, Mask of Memory. Love that. Usability. Get rid of that. And they scoop. All right. Yeah. So we were on death's door there. Never found the board wipe like we needed to. But we were able to stabilize and just really it's the mana from Feast and Famine. Mana from Feast and Famine can let you do some crazy stuff. That's what allowed us to get enough going to stabilize because what they hit us with 2 removal spells back to back, our Commander and Sun Titan. That's 11 mana worth of plays just down the drain. So we got time walked like twice basically. Actually, pretty surprising that we were able to recover from that. Lucky that they didn't draw the overrun creature of some kind. So, anyway, I like this deck. Probably got a few more tweaks to make. Like I said, I don't know that you can build this deck without going ham on the +1/+1 counter theme, but I kind of just enjoy it, and the +1/+1 counter theme lets you play cards that you don't necessarily get to play in other Boros decks. So that's kind of where I'm at these days, right? Like I've played so many Boros Voltron decks, and they all start to look the same after a while, right? Now I prioritize getting to make different card choices, like this thing. Volt Charge is kind of silly. All will be one can go in this deck. What do we even see in the Cigar to Summons in the first game? Very cool card. You don't get to run at least a lot of places that I play. Andoril, you don't get to run in a lot of decks. So yeah, you get to make some interesting card choices with this deck, and that's kind of the thing that like I value more than anything. Virtue of Loyalty. Oh, I love this card. I'm sad we didn't get to. I mean, we're gonna play it right there when we untapped, but yeah, really cool cards. So, yeah, you get to make fun choices with this deck. I got to get it back down to 100 cards here. I guess I'll probably figure that out after the movie. Anyway, I got to get going. I got to go pick my friends up. I am going to see the new Jurassic Park. Hope you guys enjoy the stream, and I'll see you guys next time.